is KRX eliminated.
Through, will find the shot as well.
ईगो ने 1v4 क्या किया? 2 1v4 दिख गए मैच में.
And he was so stoked there. The love was in the air, and I think with her presence being here, this man is just looking unstoppable.
He's taking all the way. Revo.
No way! Don't do it! Don't do it!
He's laying out the shots here. Here's it back off the angle. Oh, he's still confusing him, dude. This is crazy stuff. Finally makes it into the building. Good push in. Lost Carrillo a little bit earlier on.
Got him.
There it is. There's the Revo we know and love. No matter what the shotgun is, he's a master of it.
Dude, that's a straight 1v1, dude. Like, he gets knocked, he's thirsted immediately. But sometimes it takes that, right? Sometimes it takes making those risks.
Couldn't wait. He couldn't wait, though, right? You know, he's baiting off the window. He listens to the sound cue. Hears him back it off. Doesn't want to wait for the reset up in those rooms.
Oh, man. The plays are ringing out here. You can see Fudia with a good, solid position in this next zone. A lot of central spaces are taken already. Wolves have a good spot here. They're one of those teams that desperately need a good performance if they want to hold on and stay just a little bit longer here in Paris. And let's get this going. We are in the hillside between Los Leones and Impala. Where's the zone going to go, though? Up to the north. Okay, all right. So Fudia locked in the middle. Tianba as well. Wolves have a position. And
I don't know, but usually ये zone जो है ना अपर शिफ्ट मारता है. जहाँ पे A7, EA और DA नहीं है ना, ये zone usually यहीं ऊपर जाता है. जहाँ पे ये 3 टीम का है. देखो ये ट्रायंगल बनाना. मोस्टली तो ये zone यहीं जाता है. यहाँ पे सामने ये शैक वाला एरिया जो थोड़े बहुत हैशटैग्स होते हैं रोड के साइड ही जोन एंड होता है यूजुअली. नीचे वाला जो शिफ्ट होता है कभी-कभी वेयर हाउस के पास वाला, उसके लिए ये जोन लग नहीं रहा. लेट्स सी, देखते.
They're just expanding in the lobby right now. This is very much a lot of pressure coming through from the squad. Furia took some risks. Ego.
बाय द वे अभी मेरे दिमाग में आया, मैं लाइन से वॉच पार्टी करने वाला फाइनल्स का, तो मैं सोच रहा था डीले में आप लोगों से कैसे बात करूं. मेरे पास जो फीड आएगी वो ऑलरेडी जो ऑफिशियल फीड रहेगी ना, जैसा डीले में रहती है वही फीड आएगी मेरे को. तो शायद मे बी मैं मैनेज कर पाऊं. देखते क्या होगा, देखते.
That's that MK, that Bob Barker ringing out here. Didn't have a lot of ammunition for it, though. I think I only saw like 38 rounds. It's going to be a little bit conservative with that. That's one of the biggest things when it comes to Miramar. Resource management is so important. You got to have that util towards the end game. And sometimes the only way to get that is by looting some boxes.
Get screwing and looting. The MK, it hurts. Shoot it as fast as you can click it. But I think for... just pure situations where you want to get up in people's face, like with a shotgun would be great. Schweppes dodging the vehicles, moves out the way, will duck back down again. Look to take some shots over the top side though, but Claus will shut him down. The rest of the arena floundering a little bit. Schweppes immediately on those front lines, not able to stick up, but Tenny K next to fall here. The arena
video feed seems
getting pushed aside basically right now by Alula.
Quick with the quick thirst as well. The Thai squad in some trouble here. It's up to Joker all by himself. Zero eliminations. Something on the points, on the board for his team. Quick's going to throw that nade. That bounce does hit him up a little bit. Another piece of util. And Joker barely surviving that. And now burn, baby, burn. That is E-Arena out. Alula with 3 eliminations.
अपनी स्ट्रीम पे सब कंफर्म हुआ है. मेरे को स्ट्रीम के बाद बहुत काम है.
Force their way down from the north. I mean, E-Arena just
welcome to the Sun and Army.
Real unfortunate.
वैसा करो भाई, हम तेरे साथ हैं. Thank you XYZ, thank you for the 5 euros.
E-Arena, they're sat in 5th place. They would look to add some more points to their tally. Not meant to be though. Yangon Galacticos, they did swing over the top side of 721 GS. We're looking for those teams moving out from behind. Smile does take a knock on the back lines though. There's 2 down for this squad. This is a rough fight between the 2 of them. QZ, I don't know how he hits that shot, but he does. That's right from the center of the map. He is sending letters off off to the very corners of Miramar.
Making it happen. QZ,
देखो मैं बोला था ऊपर जाएगा तो let's see.
superstar. He was the MVP of the PUBG Mobile Macau Invitational. Winning it. It looks like Milu though is really performing so well. You know, that's hyping him up, saying, "All right, it's time for me to start putting in some work as well." Next.
मैं ये ट्रायंगल बोला था. अभी भी जोन देखना राइट साइड जा सकते हैं. बट जो ट्रायंगल में बोला ऑलमोस्ट देखो ऊपर ही जा रहा है जोन. ऊपर ही जा रहा है.
But they have a central position. Not the best one though.
जाएगा और जाएगा देखना.
Right, Adam. It's gonna be tough for them to get some eliminations. Maybe they can catch some steals. We'll see. But looking on the south side, not in zone. Goat gonna have to push on up. Yangon Galacticos right next to them. Looks like this fight is imminent.
Yangon Galacticos, they did go for that reset at the moment. Go start to move up on through. Say Cloud is completely out here. They were able to recover Smile earlier on, but as I said before, no one really wanted this with the head over towards that northwest side. Sadly, it does. We'll see just how much it cuts in the near future, but it's going to become a very uncomfortable final couple of zones. Smile, ducking, dodging as much as he can, gets behind the vehicle at least. We'll see if he does get pushed off the back of that one. Romeo. Swing up towards that top side now. I get a little bit of information, but Minot's down. He's going to think twice about taking that engagement. Killer Joe out inside the smoke.
Killer Joe said, let's go. Let's get out of here right now. And Foops, man, with the M249. Making it happen, putting down that suppressive fire. He's got plenty of ammunition in the bank. And it's time for him to start using it. Switching weapons over here. Very, very interesting as he's popping off some shots. 721 GS, you can see the look on their faces. These guys are locked in right here. 7 eliminations so far. This could be another good game for them. They are climbing up those leaderboards little by little. They're in 8th place right now. But they know now's the time to close the gap and win this game. They're on the edge of the circle, but they are just trying to hunt a spot in this next zone. Boost man, got that 8 times. Hitting them lean peaks. Looking good.
It's funny going from the 8 times to the M249 with the red dot. I mean, he is really mixing and matching. What kind of range is he's working with? Gets a bit more ammo online. Force doesn't need to get picking up though. Nongshim Red Force sending down towards the south side. They picked up Force. Don't know if Goat's going to get too involved on this one. Nongshim definitely looking for some more points. Will re-knock him.
Foops, man, putting in that work here. And we see Rebel get a knock on a 721 GS. They're battling it out with them. They want this spot here on the east side. It's up to Rian all by himself. Rebel is ready to say, you know what? Let's not just run in blind. Let's use some of this util. Bang! But they do end up getting one player down. Gotta be careful here. Another name! Will barely survive it. Alpha 7 cannot afford to go down here.
Looking to the side, great shot. Rebel walks directly into it, and now Alpha 7 in a spot cover. Good shot though, coming out from Guizhou, keeping the team alive in this moment. Alpha 7 needs another strong game. Good tag, but no flush, no knock. Here's the first aid. We'll keep pressure on, and good stuff from Guizhou. An incredible clutch here. So important for Alpha 7.
And there is Nongshim Red Force eliminated as Goat survived here. Fights happening all over the place. That was a huge break for the side of Alpha 7 and Goat, as they are going to get a full reset. You can see the frustration for some of these players here as we are in the second to last match of day 1. Only one more left to go, but this is a critical one.
Tiamba went down to 3 players much earlier in the game, and they're still kicking around down towards that southeast side. Furia also playing from Showhouse were able to get some good work done. Igor is just unreal today. I do not know what's gone into him.
I know.
Yep.
He had that twinkle in his eye yesterday. I'll tell you that right now. He said, you know what, baby?
मैं सच्ची बताऊं, मेरा गेम में ध्यान नहीं जा रहा, क्योंकि जब से पेरिस की न्यूज़ आई है ना, मेरे को वॉच पार्टी वहां से करने की पूरा माइंड में चीजें घूम रही है. मां कसम गेम पे ध्यान नहीं दे पा रहा मैं.
In the end game, let's see how they're going to be able to finish it out. They're currently in third place. Trying to throw some util towards
मान पटेल लगे तो $14 Canadian.
It's A7 versus Fury out. Rebel getting pieced up, but he's driving that Murado up close and personal. But Igor says, no, sir, not today.
Igor skates on the bonnet of a vehicle, now looks to send down another. Will be finally taken down, but Fury is putting in the work. Revo sent sky high by a nade, essentially shunted him further towards Fury in the situation.
Can you say, finals watch party कर रहा हूँ bro, live from the land.
Wide, knows he can't do it now because he's getting shot at by so many separate squads.
कभी पानी game just like that हमारी stream की पानी बहुत मजा
a well-placed shot from distance
Arya
to take the rest of Alpha 7 down.
तू सरस से बगा जलसा चाले से जिंदगी
Not going to give you many placements
पानो
overall.
आशीर्वाद से. Thank you the by Canadian. Even Paris on the final certainly
They're currently in fourth place.
Thank you the 5
As long as you're in that top 6, that is all that matters. That's going to keep you
Can you be doing the watch party live from the land?
A little bit longer. Tiamba, though, they're
Just
still
got the
in this
permission.
game. Fudia as well. It's a huge
Round की बात है
opportunity
कि
for
मेरे को
them
process
to
नहीं हो रहा
start
है.
soaking up some points and make
कैसे
a
बोलूं?
big
मेरा गेम पे
going
ध्यान
into
नहीं
the
जा रहा,
last
मेरे को
game.
process नहीं हो रहा.
I don't know,
बहुत बड़ी
man.
बात है
PUBG
bro, बहुत
Mobile
बड़ी
seems
बात है.
to
मैं
have
कैसे बोलूं?
blessed Ulf right now. They've just got two
अभी invitation आया है, yes
on
bro.
top of them. Yeah, absolutely. It feels like shining
Usually
lights
हर
all around
गेम
them.
से ना सिर्फ 2 co-streamers को permission
Triple
होती है.
sevens.
मेरे लिए they are setting up a new
Yeah,
complete
they
setup.
need it, honestly. I see Catch
जो कि
walking in
होता
here with
नहीं
a
है भाई
Band-Aid
ऐसा.
on his hand. He's like, you know what? I take
It's
all
very
the
rare and it's a very big moment,
you know?
वो process
Three as well.
कैसे
He
करूं
got
समझ में
almost
नहीं
on the
आया.
other one. Get out of there. Honestly.
ये होगा जो आपका official feed है कि वही वही
They got
मैं
a blown
देखूंगा
up
भाई.
car, buggy on the other side, hay bales on either side of them. So they are dead center. Should be able to get some solid placement points. Who's going to win this game, though? That's the question. You got Dopeness up
प्लान
top.
कैसे चेंज हुआ पेरिस जाने का?
With
अभी आया
Dopeness so
ब्रो.
far,
अभी आपके साथ स्ट्रीम पे था तभी आया.
Not
bro.
making too much noise. They
भाई
have
का
the
तभी
position.
मैसेज
I think
आया
it's
bro.
time for them to start getting some aggression going as this next zone does pop, and it's in the wide open
अब
field.
जाके ना ये
And
जोन है ना
Wolf
जब
has
2
the
जोन पहले था ना
coverage here.
मैंने बोला था
Let's
यही
see
जोन
what they can
बनेगा.
do with it.
अब जाके देख लो मैंने बोला था.
Tiamba time. It
दो
may
जोन पहले जाके देख लो.
be Tiamba time.
बहुत लोग बोले नीचे आएगा जोन मैं बोला था
As a
ऊपर ही आएगा.
two-man, we'll see how Ulf can hold off these other squads. But
IGC बोलते हैं भाई big W.
it's
Big W.
the spot, right? It is the spot. People see
Congratulations,
blueprints
Jack.
around it.
Congratulations,
We're going to see
congratulations,
some big
congratulations.
clashes coming in soon. And the first one is going to be gold.
They want it. Can Ulf hold it? Scarface with the
Turi hai
MG3.
bhai,
They got the
Turi mein kahan
weapons,
tum
but
bhai?
Killer Joe is up close and personal.
Turi se de diya
But
bhai.
it is Ulf that is able to take him down. The duo putting in work.
Wolves also looking over towards this location.
Yeah,
He's
Turi.
going to swing wide down towards that southern edge. Aaron goes down. Teams aren't capitalizing off the back of this one. Finally, Furia makes the move. They're going to be next to face. Can Scarface make this one work? We'll stop short, actually. The vehicle's smoking. Flames pouring out the front.
Big fan Dayan.
Get in the zone. That's all that matters.
Thank you so
They
much.
got some coverage with their vehicles.
Shimon of the air बोलते
Now
हैं.
barely holding the spot, but Aaron, are you kidding me? Ulf from the central position being so dangerous. Silence, you got to move, bro. You got to move. Barely escaping those nades. That hay bale coming in clutch. Finally, Silence able to put a little bit of suppressive fire here. Oh, and he gets the knock on his Scarface.
That's the MG3 down right now. Might be the thing that saved them before. It's not in play anymore. Molotov over the top. See if he can sink this one just about right. It's a little far. Might spread. Still taking some little shots here and there. Tiamba, in the meantime, were just backing off the Wolves, who have sent themselves crashing into Alula on the western side. Dopeness finally waking up, realizing that, guys, we've got to get a move on from this northern edge. We've got to control this.
Our points, our sweet, sweet points getting taken away by all these teams. Pushing in, but Dopeness getting it done finally. They are getting in the action. 5 eliminations for them. How many more are they going to try to get? Let's see. We got Tiamba as well. They have been waiting, and now starting to get into the action. Furia again, just throwing them long nades. That is going to get Scarface out. It's just Aaron up for the squad. Let's see what he can do.
Gorgeous little bouncer there for Ulf, though.
मैं 2027 फरवरी तक जितनी बार पेरिस जाना चाहता हूँ जा सकता हूँ.
Points, the placement points alone will be very,
Shenzhen
very good.
visa है मेरे पे 6 महीने का.
More teams do go down. Dopeness trying to split
हमारे
up
भाई का
right
passport
now.
बहुत strong है bro. Just बता रहा हूँ.
Try and regroup and take the task over towards Furia on the eastern side. Milu, though, trying to
UK
get
का
some
5 साल का
shots.
वीजा है, US का 10 साल का वीजा है.
Tag on, the vehicle does get cut up in the process.
शेंजन वीजा 6 महीने का है.
Woo. Tight looks.
बहुत strong passport है तुम्हारे भाई का.
Milu's been on fire.
कहाँ पे भी event होगा बिल्कुल miss नहीं कर सकता.
Of the tournament.
जिधर जाना जा सकते हैं.
Bag. Be nice.
UK का 5 साल का वीजा just बता रहा हूँ.
And get this chicken dinner here and lock down that spot.
Well,
Finals.
we said 20 points. 20 points was realistically what they were looking at for the last two matches of the day. Get up towards 80. And
क्या लग रहा?
it's super difficult to drop out. Aaron.
Tianba, Furia,
around
DNA, किसका chicken?
Nade goes long. First one's a good knock.
Wolf versus Furia हो गया.
Aaron swinging around the side.
Tianba chicken ले गई.
But there's absolutely no way
DNA
it's
भी
making
तो
it
है.
happen. Milu's been watching this the entire
DNA भी तो
time.
है.
However, instantaneously, Tiamba is looking to cause
कैसे
problems
बनाते
to try
भाई?
to
2 लाख
send
का
nades
वीजा है.
down this way. Clean out these
अगर आप UK का
players.
5 साल का
They
वीजा
were able
बनाने
to get
जाओगे
the
उसकी
res off.
फीस ही
This
2 लाख
nade
रुपए
goes
bro.
a little bit too far
2
to
लाख
the
रुपए वीजा
side.
के लिए देना पड़ता हमको. Genuine fees है वो.
Now starting to loot up. Looks like they're really low on meds here. They would have been using them already if they had them, but now Eagle, he's got that nade. Furia got to be careful here. All it takes
बाकी
is that
US का तो आप apply
It's
करोगे तो
looking
10 साल का ही
pretty
आता है.
good. Oh, just a little overcooked there. Buggy now blown up. Silence getting
What
caught
are you
by
doing?
Milu
इस बार
is
तो Miami जाना है,
making it
Miami.
happen here from this angle and just
Damn
tearing
Tianba with
Furia
the
apart.
third chicken dinner today man.
Milu QZZ show right now.
DNA बची है.
Another nade
Four-man
to
Indian.
send it through and towards the middle. It certainly has been
क्या लग रहा
Tiamba
है
time
Tianba
today.
मारेगी?
And I don't think we're stopping the
या
clock just
DNA
yet.
लेगी बदला. बदला क्या मतलब basically?
Oh.
वो क्या गिराया?
Milu
Bro,
tries to
quick
regroup
गिराया.
the rest of the team. Not a possibility. Speaker will find
ले गई DNA ले गई. DNA ले गई.
Angle was absolutely deadly, and now the openers from that northern edge, they're going to start to
DNA
spread
legi.
out on this one. It's the right call from them. Plenty of little bits of hard cover to play from that northern side. They can continue to squeeze these two teams now.
भाई बट क्या गिराया ना वो मिलू को?
Trying to pop up.
6 kill मारा मिलू.
What happened with that M4 Lufa with that disgusting angle on that tractor? And yeah,
US
he
का
has his
tourist
car
visa
right
है, yes,
behind
tourist
him.
visa है.
Go as it pops into it. Gonna be pushing up little by little. Dopeness have the angles.
Paris का
Furia
मेरे
is
मतलब
dead stuck in
Shenzhen
the
business
spot.
visa है.
And just
UK का
avoiding
भी
these
tourist
nades.
visa है.
All those vehicles coverage is just working out so well for them. And QZZ forced to inch up little by little. And getting
तो जेट
punished
स्प्रे नहीं
there
होता
by
मेरे को आदत है
QZZ.
ब्रो. अपन उसका जुगाड़ अपने पास है.
G will take down QZZ as
तीन
well
बार US जाके आ
as
चुका हूँ.
Eagle from distance. Now Furia, a lot of work to do here. Eagles.
अगर DNA
Working
है
a
चौकी.
man on
Never
a
mind.
mission
ले गई ले
to
गई.
press today. Now looking to do it again here.
DNA
There's
gets
only
the
2
chicken
players
dinner.
left. Dopeness on 9 eliminations. Nade goes
अब सोचो,
long. Will
DNA वाले जाके geek के टेबल पे जाके बजे
push
तो.
on this one. Every single
कब जा रहे हो? मैं 13 तारीख को जा रहा
and
हूँ.
Eagles will find at least one more at the end of the game. But
अब
it's
chat
Dopeness
मेरे को
from the
जरा-
north side to take.
मेरे को जरा वो पेरिस का जैसे ही न्यूज़ आया मेरे को 2 इंपॉर्टेंट कॉल करने 2-3 इंपॉर्टेंट काम करने एंड फिर से बोल रहा हूँ आई एम रियली सॉरी जरा मैं वॉच पार्टी में आज एक्टिव नहीं हूँ क्योंकि बीच में जैसा न्यूज़ आई मेरे को बहुत 2-3 इंपॉर्टेंट कॉल करके काम कराना है वो करा लेता हूँ मैं कॉल करके आ रहा हूँ जैसे मैच चालू होगा उसके पहले मैं आ जाऊंगा मतलब मैं स्ट्रीम के बीच में मेरे को न्यूज़ मिली तो मैं भी प्रोसेस नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ जरा मैं भी प्रोसेस करके आता हूँ 2-3 कॉल करके आता हूँ और क्या है कंफर्मेशन टिकट्स एंड ऑल के वगैरह मैं पूछ के आता हूँ ठीक है मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ कि डब्ल्यू कर दो चैट में फाइनल्स की वॉच पार्टी करेंगे मैं 2-3 डाउट है कॉल करके आता हूँ ठीक है आप लोग जरा इन लोगों का जरा देखो मसला आज की वॉच पार्टी के लिए थोड़ा लेफ्ट राइट है माफी चाहता हूँ बट थोड़ा प्रोसेस करने नहीं हो रहा है रुको समझो
I like
आया
that
मेरे को
Eagles honestly had the courage to play on the outside edge. Like that's a hard angle to work with, but he has to play there to fend off versus the likes of Milu when he starts popping up from inside that rock. Tiamba, on the other hand, though, we also have to talk about this team.
Yes.
Oh my goodness me! What a set of just bold play after bold play that worked out. And it's great to see. I think Milu is feeling it.
Oh, dude, Milu is on one right now. I'll tell you that right now. This guy is looking too good. That 1v4 was ridiculous. This is the Tianba that Max and I saw during the PMMI PUBG Mobile Macau Invitational, and then come group stage, we're like, what is going on? We're talking to each other, being like, this is not something that we have seen from them. They're playing it so passive, not looking confident at all. And then finally, in the survival stage, this is what we've been expecting. This is what we've been waiting for, and they are performing as expected.
For Dopeness, there's not been a whole lot of highlights from this team so far. I mean, over in the group, it was a cool finish for them to make their way into survival stage. But this is kind of the major moment for them, right? happy about that win as well. It's a good win for Dopeness. But again, for Dopeness, it can't come down to going up towards the just dead zone where you have a compound where you could sit and wait out the matches, only to slowly come in from the north side, completely kitted, completely looted, and then just finish the game from there. We need to see a little bit more from Dopeness going forward, but this is the first step on that journey to get in towards that top 6.
Yes, it is indeed. So, I mean, this is a perfect timing to do it as well. We still got one more game here on the day, 6 more matches left tomorrow, and these teams that are, in the top 6 minus, Tiamba, who have already done a whole bunch, still need to keep their eye on the prize here. You got to be able to make it happen if you want to make it to those finals. We got some more action coming up in just a second.
Up here in week 6 is this new PUBG mobile booth in collaboration with Naruto. We just did a live segment here, so we've got everybody still kind of one big game. The more that you interact with this booth, the more cool prizes you could potentially go home with. We have cosplayers. Show them over there. We've got a chicken hanging out, ready for fashion, and you want to come by, take some photos here, because at the end of it all, there is some really cool free prizes that you could be winning. You might have seen it on the broadcast. There are Naruto t-shirts. You see Dawood in the headband, who is really tiring himself, making sure he joins in on this action. And of course, you can come hang out with your very own chicken. So make sure you stop by and see everything that we have to offer.
But who's inside that chicken, Leonard? That's what I want to know. Hey, if you can find that out for me, that'll be great. Because right now, we had Dopeness come out with the win, Max. And this is a team that really needed that win, really needed the points. Give it to them, but still, you need the points, Dopeness. Good job.
The Rachel CEO and the entirety of Reject are like, yes, finally, they qualified, they're doing something. But yeah, as you said right there, Seven, it was definitely a gifted win. They are seeing the dropped in Picardo. They went for very quick rotation, which I do have to say I appreciate. Very quick movement, and especially great control on the third party. Furia is fighting. There's also Tiamba getting involved, trying to compete for that chicken dinner. They're not slow, which I was expecting them, because they've been such a passive team the entirety of this event. But no, they committed to the push. They got involved. And generally, Ninja, we're looking at this one. I am hoping that that's going to give them just a bit of confidence to play it more aggressive, just like you saw Young Galacticos do too. Because before this point, Dopeness were just fully invisible.
No, they were. It's really fun to be able to see them, and like you said, they're not being slow. It's not a game winning by chance. It really is. It's loud. It really is them moving forward and being able to actually, and it's vibrating. The cameras are vibrating.
Yeah, keep saying what you were going to say. What were you going to say?
Keep saying. What we're going to say is, no, it's really nice to see them. They were controlled. They were methodical. It was a really good push, slow and steady, but the synergy was really there. Again, they went from 0 to 100. They were able to maintain that pace without letting earlier games get away from them. Yeah, I just want to give it to Team Dopeness, and this is coming out of the group stage. You guys have to remember that they actually clawed their way out of the bottom 3 to be in the survival stage.
Yep.
Yes, Max, kind of a gifted zone for them, I must agree, but also, yeah, their way that they defended that, especially with 9 eliminations, like this is something that they're obviously desperately wanting to hold on to, but when they are gifted those zones, they control it, which is something massive that I love seeing from Team Dopeness, and of course, that was the same kind of team we saw in the last kind of matches in our group stages, so I mean, it is deserved.
Yeah, for Dopeness, though, just quick reminder, it's not about not being in the bottom 3. It's about being in the top 6 here at survival stage if you want to be able to get a chance to actually go to finals. Quick guess, who's going to be the MVP?
Milu?
Hey! Milu indeed with stay excellent. And honestly, with the way he's performing, we'll get a chance to do some predictions once again towards the end of the day. But I wouldn't be surprised if that man is going to be none other than the MVP of the day. But let's look at the match ranking. Dominance there with 21 points. Happy to see that. But Furia was able to have a hell of a match here as well.
I loved Furia in this match. I loved everything that they did. It was controlled. It was methodical. It was really, really nice to see them come through. We're going to get a replay in a little bit where I really want to break down a play that they made, but their timing was impeccable. And, you know, any critique that I've had of them is that they're just playing too slowly for this lobby.
Yep.
It's worked in the past, but just not here. And here you can see some of the replays coming on through here, you know, up against Ulf, up against Tiamba. They were caught between Tiamba for the longest time. Them and A7 able to really pull up a really, really nice front of defense against them. And, you know, here we are going to see Tiamba have a great high ground and be able to take out Furia 1-by-1. That is them for the third place, but just a really, really good play overall from Furia in this game. Very happy with them.
Yeah, and Tiamba as well. I mean, continuing on that consistency that we've seen throughout the day, I was expecting AGAL from China to actually end up performing well, Max. That is not the case right now, and we're not going to talk about it because that is two squads that I'm pretty sure, 100% sure, we have in our predictions. So our predictions are sucking, my friend.
I actually have all gamers in my predictions and not Tiamba.
I should have checked the predictions before I did my predictions.
Okay, but now looking at the final moments here, Igor, what an absolute banging moment. I think you might actually talk about one of Igor's plays this game. He's been an absolute menace, him and Milo in particular, putting on an absolute clinic this game. I was loving it. Good times.
I want to do something that we used to do in the past, Max. And I want you to look at the camera and just tell me why Alpha 7 was pissing you off that last match.
Oh my goodness, why are you guys pushing one by one? I'm gonna get really close. I'm gonna Why are we pushing one by one? It's 2026. It should not be happening anymore. And they all push onto Higoro. We know they're a good team. They can do the clutches. But so are the other teams, right? Especially your Brazilian brethren in Furia. What arena.
Yeah, talking about Alpha 7, at the beginning of the day, I was talking about how they ended up benching Obscure. That is not the case anymore. We actually forgot to mention it in that last segment that we did. Obscure is playing again, so I'm not sure what ended up happening there, if maybe the pressure was getting to the 17-year-old substitute player that they have here, but it's the core squad.
Yeah, it is the core squad. We're starting to see core squad things happening, except for the 1-by-1, because what was that? I'm also annoyed about it, because they're usually so good about that. We saw that earlier in that game, right? Revo using the window animations. Yes, using the window animations to really try and spawn, you know, and try and get that information. He was doing a great job. He got some eliminations. They're moving through the building really, really well. And then they push 1-by-1. They're like, okay, we've done enough for this game now. We got enough points. It's fine. It's like, no, you had a good position. Why? Stop it.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Stop it. Not like that, Alpha 7. I got school. Or some of the other stuff. I know we had some clips that we wanted to see a replay of, and it was this one right here because Milu, my goodness, Milu popped off.
I mean, those two knocks instantly with the nade, but then using the door frame to try and create a mini 1v1 in that scenario, and he's literally on fire at the end of that clip. What a beautiful play with that, especially at that opening grenade.
Yeah, so nice, and these opening grenades are also great. KRX in a bit of a rough spot here. Furia coming in, bouncing to get them really, really low. They know they have to be getting rid of that health pretty quickly. They get that knock instantly. Well, in a minute, instantly, they're going to be pushing forward, right? Get another nade, try and get some extra damage, and then they come flying over the top. You're going to see them come through here now, getting in that vehicle. They're going to move over, and actually, they're not going around because 721 is over there. They're not going onto the other side like they could do because Tiamba is there. They have to go immediately across. They come on through, make that play come through, get the knock, get the win, done and dusted. They get rid of Leo there from AGAL, and then they're actually going to keep a 2-2 split on either side of the road that facilitates that third place finish in the end. So really, really heads up play from them. Very, very excited about that.
Yeah, I just want to sort of add on, it's just the Furia special, isn't it? Like, whatever position they're in, they're going to clear their threats.
Yes.
And that is what they do. Whether it's up a hill and they're doing a goddamn mountain goat climb, nading to move up to that position, position, or obviously, you know, having KRX down there on the bottom, they are able to stick together, which you know, some other teams might do. But it's awesome to see Furia. They're just focusing on all of these sort of capitalizing on their high damage, especially with all the utility.
Look how close everything currently is. Between third place, 8th place, and I'm pretty sure when we end up going towards the next page, you'll see how everything is currently looking like. Third place there with 36 points. 9th, I mean, all the way down to 13th place, Max. Everything, even 14th place, everything is so close they could end up changing within one match. And something to notate on the last match, 5 out of the 7 teams that were still alive towards the end were teams that were towards the bottom of top 10. They need to make sure they start responding here. A party, and whoever ends up in first place of survival stage is going to end up crushing your keys.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's set the scene for those of you who may not quite know what is at stake right now. We've got $3 million on the line and a chance to immortalize yourselves in the Esports World Cup history books as champions of PMWC. Now, tomorrow, just 6 teams will have the opportunity to step into the finals, where the other 10 teams, if this will open, it apparently will not. That's okay. The other 10 teams will have their keys destroyed by this stunning crusher. Look at that right there. Now, imagine what it would feel like to have the only remaining intact key whilst the 10 remaining teams... There you go. There she is. Now you get to see this beautiful crusher before it chomps on those keys tomorrow. Now imagine what it would feel like to have that remaining intact key whilst all of your other opponents have their keys destroyed, like this one right here. Now, it's almost time for our final map of day 1 of the survival stage, and some of our teams really need to step it up a gear if they've got any chance of making it through the survival stage and into the finals. And so with that being said, casters, let's go over to you for our final map of day 1 of the survival stage. Let's do this.
That's right. Sometimes you got to warm her up before she gets going. And I'll tell you what, some of these teams are looking red hot. Finally, right? Tianba, these guys are looking so good. Dopeness are finally getting red hot here after that chicken dinner. But we got one match left here. This is the time to make it happen.
Yeah, don't worry, Mr. Crusher. I mean, a lot of these other teams right here, they've also got a lot of anxiety. So we're all good. We're all good.
That's right.
But we're heading in towards our final match here. Tianba, they all look very happy.
Damn, bro, that was some heavy discussions.
And so he should be. I mean, that last game was just
heavy discussions
unreal result. And it does show you exactly what confidence
heavy discussions
do for your team. It's just upsetting that we're having another point. Vitality. Now we've got Tianba. It is making these final days just so rough as we head into day 2 of survival. But this is the final game of the day today. Let's see if any team can kind of differentiate.
मेरे पास सिर्फ 24 घंटे हैं. 24 घंटे भी नहीं है. 24 घंटे हैं. हाँ मतलब ऑलमोस्ट 24 घंटे पूरा प्रेप करने के लिए मेरे पेरिस ट्रिप का.
A table of their own.
जैसे स्ट्रीम बंद करूंगा मैं वो भागना इधर सारी चीजें करना बहुत काम है.
Has really been making some crazy plays. We saw him with the one before. We saw him hitting the crazy shots with those off angles. And now at the last game here for day number 1.
इससे मेरा नाम लिया. क्या बोला कौन नाम लिया? क्या बोला बताओ?
Top 75 points. Yeah, these guys are pretty much a lock for the finals. I think we can say comfortably.
चलो ये मैच एकदम फुल लॉक इन होके कर दे.
Pretty much everybody else. It's still anybody's.
क्या करेगा उधर? वहां से लाइव वॉच पार्टी करूंगा.
Push themselves up into a good spot.
कास्टर ने आपका नाम लिया था. क्या बोला? कल वॉच पार्टी होगी.
Here, we can definitely see them leave until tomorrow in the top 6. Now, looking on down, I'm going to really put the, Al-Ula, 10th place on down in the hot seat. I think this is a big game for them. Because tomorrow, those last 2 matches are going to be straight chaos. There's going to be teams doing impossible. And literally everything. To try to put up points that it's going to not be a typical game of PUBG Mobile. So, now to make it happen, we got a pretty disgusting southern play. But you got to be able to adapt. Got to make it happen no matter what.
Yeah, definitely rough. But you're right, down towards 10th and below, it's getting tough. For AGAL as well. well as KRX. These are the teams that need to have a strong map here. Everyone else is sort of around that 20-point mark, where tomorrow it's possible after your first round towards that top 6 territory. Hell, as well as KRX, they need some points now.
But imagine bro, I'm at the LAN setup. मैं LAN setup पे हेडफोन डाल के पूरा सेटअप सामने रख के पूरा वॉच पार्टी कर रहा हूँ. बैकग्राउंड में पूरे प्लेयर्स का पूरा अरीना दिख रहा है. अरीना में लाइव बैठ के वॉच पार्टी कर रहा हूँ. माँ कसम, इंडिया खतरनाक कर दे. प्लेयर्स सामने रहेंगे, पूरा सेलिब्रेट कर सकता हूँ, मोमेंट जी सकता हूँ, मोमेंट फील कर सकता हूँ. भाई क्या बात कर रहे हो ब्रो, मेरे को अभी तक प्रोसेस नहीं हो रहा भाई. And I'll be the first person in India to do a world level tournament की watch party officially live from the arena. Officially co-streamer watch party. First one from India. Let's go.
Someone's got to be at the bottom, right? We got serious names here. Still, KRX 9 points is a big question mark. It's like, what happened? Yeah, not.
सोचो इंडिया अच्छा कर दे, कास्टरों के तीनों के सामने जाके इन तीनों को मरफा करवाऊंगा. इंडिया का नाम चिल्ला चिल्ला के. सोचो बे.
5 matches, only 9 points.
Love from Jammu and Kashmir. Thank you so much for the 40 minute Jan. Muslim.
To make something happen here.
How much tax did you pay this year?
Because if they
दबा के. आप कब जा रहे हो? मैं जा रहा हूँ, मैं 13 तारीख को. पेरिस से वॉच पार्टी में हमारी शायद देखते रहना चाहिए. 100% भाई सीना भाई.
I think for AGA,
आपके नंबर से मजबूर कर दिया उनको और आपके बुलाना. 450 के isn't a joke. 700 की coming soon. Very proud of you. शेयर इंडिया का नाम रोशन करना. सर भाई जरूर.
it's just
अरे तुम्हारा भाई छाती चौड़ी करेगा उधर देखा.
teams absolutely do need themselves a lucky
PUBG मोबाइल में I'm the first. PUBG मोबाइल में. आप फ्री फायर बोल रहे हो?
right now that a lot of players are
बहुत
the
बड़ी चीज कर रहा है फ्री फायर तो.
so really cool.
जो ये कर
blessing saw a little bit earlier. Right
Game
there.
different,
Yeah,
right?
they need a good solid circle to help them out here. But the thing is that you got to make your own luck in these kind of tournaments. You gotta
चैनल
be
पे
able
होगी ना
to make
वॉच
it happen
ऑब्वियसली भाई मेरे चैनल पे होगी.
regardless of the situation. Another team I want to see more out of, we haven't really talked about them a lot, is Yangon Galacticos, our previous
1 million live loading. अरे बाप रे नहीं 1 million का पागल है क्या नहीं?
they have a beautiful skin in game that you guys got to go check out as well. We got to see them rock it the other day, and I got to say, probably one of the most insane fits jerseys. That classic traditional Myanmar fit is gorgeous. I want to see they can get things heated up here. They're in 13th place, 22 points, not in the worst position, right? One good game here, and we can see them.
क्या बोलूं मैं भाई अभी?
Okay, it's just the longer they wait,
क्या
the
बोले रे
worse
अपन?
off they are.
I would say the only two consistent teams so far has been Furia as well as Tiamba today. Like, those are the only two teams that have really caught my eye. Everyone else in this top spot towards like the top 8, they've had good games here and there. I think Nongshim Red Force maybe has had like a little bit of a better day when it comes to just consistent results.
जर्सी लेके जाना.
Towards that top
भाई वही
side,
डिसाइड करना
Furia,
कौन सी जर्सी लेके जाओ.
that's
Telkom में कुछ बोलो भाई. For our viewers, love you.
at the moment.
सत्यम भाई देखो 40 अन्ना, love you.
Yangon
Paris photo of flight is going 13th row.
Charm set, which does look fantastic. You are
Watch party చేద్దాం live అక్కడ నుంచి.
I like the interview we had
Jump in the mana.
earlier today. It was a really good interview.
Hyderabad Telangana.
Not only did we get to hear from him about how he's feeling in game right now, but how much his life and his team life has been AEW.
होगा जीता 1 million में भरोसा है. नहीं बहुत बड़ा नंबर बोल दिया.
And life-changing recognition and reputation gained from winning such an illustrious tournament. So for Yangon Galacticos, I think that the biggest takeaway I had from that interview was that he mentioned the pressure.
Yeah.
The pressure was on. The pressure is real here. Going towards the survival stage, I'd imagine some of the pressure is a little bit off.
भाई 75 points 5 गेम में कुछ ज्यादा नहीं हो गया.
That was probably the worst thing that could have happened to them. They got through to survival stage now. Yes, they need to shorten things up. They still have one more game to prove themselves. A whole 6 tomorrow.
7 में अच्छा खेल रहे हैं टॉप 4 में.
I believe in Young Galacticos.
पर अगर तुम एक चीज देखोगे ब्रो भाई माँ कसम ये क्या बात कर रहे हो. सेकंड वाली टीम का और थर्ड वाली टीम में 10 पॉइंट का डिफरेंस है. ठीक है
बाकी थर्ड टीम से लेके 10th टीम तक, थर्ड और 10th में 6 10 पॉइंट का डिफरेंस। भाई ये पूरा टेबल चेंज होगा कल। भाई टियानबा के अलावा कोई क्वालिफाई नहीं हुआ अभी तक। It is some of these guys who have been in these moments. मार्विन गेट का समझा नहीं किया। नहीं पढ़ा था मैंने इसका समझा। Obviously पढ़ा था। Used to it, but you know, man, it's still hard.
You know, your heart still races this because
Paris में बैठ के चलाऊंगा।
Esports.
ऐसी एनर्जी लाऊंगा ना लैंड पे।
And man,
ऐसी पॉजिटिविटी लाऊंगा ना लैंड पे तुम देखो। Thank you the 449.
Any of the names that you see up top surprise you so far?
Right now, I would say that, to be honest with you, the only real team that does surprise me.
कितने दिन के लिए जा रहे हैं? मैं 17 तारीख को वापस आ जाऊंगा।
I think this team has had like
Hindi casting and many more to provide employment to India and India.
I think they can do
Provide
more, though.
employment to
I do
people
think
in India,
they
like
can do more than
production,
that.
camera and all.
Left remaining
Meanwhile,
forward.
thank you to 200.
I think that they surprised us.
भाई एम्प्लॉयमेंट की आप बात कर रहे हो, आपको कोई आइडिया नहीं पब्लिक बैकग्राउंड में कितने लोग काम करते। आप सिर्फ देखते हो 64 प्लेयर खेलते हुए, 64 प्लेयर के पीछे एक इवेंट के पीछे कितने लोग काम करते हैं, आपको कोई आइडिया नहीं। किसी दिन है ना ये जर्नी दिखाऊंगा कभी, है ना प्रोडक्शन रूम वगैरह अगर आप देखोगे ना कितनी टीम रहती है एक इवेंट ऑर्गेनाइज करने के पीछे। और क्राफ्टन में या जैसे कि इंडिया में जो वॉच पार्टी होती है, इंडिया में जैसा बीजीएमएस अभी करंट चल रहा है, क्या शिफ्ट है, ये सब आप देखोगे ना आपको पता चलेगा कितना बड़ा और मैसिव है गेमिंग इंडिया में।
Are we gonna see another crazy?
ऐसे ही थोड़ी बोलते हैं कि मूवी इंडस्ट्री और म्यूजिक इंडस्ट्री को दोनों कंबाइन करके भी आप गेमिंग इंडस्ट्री का पैसा मैच नहीं कर सकते, उतनी बड़ी है गेमिंग इंडस्ट्री। तो इतना एम्प्लॉयमेंट है और इतना भाई बहुत क्रेजी है भाई।
Right now. We're not waiting around. We are sending down. The migration is real.
Zone shift देखो रे।
Awkward having to move down from that north side as well. Past that.
टियानबा वापस सेंटर ऑफ द जोन, चौथा चिकन क्या?
Awkward rotational pass for some of these.
तीसरा चिकन।
Fury in the van, they can kind of slip in towards
क्या
the
और
south
chicken?
side. They are rotating alongside with Nongshim Red Force. Tiamba though, they like to play down here anyway. They went for a central position.
From Zurich 500 ke watching soon in Finland. W Gaurav bhai thank you to 40.
They're good to go. And they can set up their vehicles very fast and start to be on the lookout, be on the overwatch for some of these.
क्या बोला था ना Paris की chocolate आ रही है? Srijan thank you to 40.
It's actually our to take down
मिलू को मार दे रहे हैं। मिलू जो लास्ट में 24 के आरआर के
Finish. I mean, that is the star of today, right? I mean, the uncrowned king of the survival stage going out early here, and you can see Solus getting those thirsts. Players, now you can see just an extra little bit of sharpness in these shots. They know there's no time to waste here. Last game of the day, we got to make it happen if we want to continue our dreams here in Paris, France.
We've got to take Milo out.
1 million live video तो thank you people को खाना।
That kind of pressure. So a bit of revenge.
इनके गाड़ी गणपति बप्पा के दिन आ रहे 11 दिन अन्नदानम करेंगे 11 दिन।
Experience of a 1v4 again.
11 दिन।
Yeah, because if Milu's there, he could elim you.
Proud of you, no other बस ऐसे ही मेहनत कर। 449.
The rest of this match with a 3-man. They do have a spot in this next circle, but with this zone is pretty scary here because I mean it could always hard shift down straight to
Game भाई HK Gamer भाई thank you to 40 SAR सब all good है मेरी जान। आप बताओ कैसे?
Young Galacticos are going to be doing a
टियानबा center of the zone थी but 3-man हो गई।
down to the south, most likely hitting that Los Leones.
कौन सी टीम आज टियानबा के अलावा सबसे ज्यादा इंप्रेस की पब्लिक तुम लोग?
Trying to set up a position here.
अब से बाकी सब लोग तो डिसेंट के लिए
getting knocked there and beat up as well.
Unbelievable stuff. Now from RQ underneath, just get absolutely obliterated by Hoxie. Luckily, Fearingkin maneuver, terror down. Lepar, as per usual, kind of picking up the slack here for RQ.
Benny throwing in the nade. He makes sure that his teammate is eliminated by his own nade. Benny though with the pump shotgun, trying to fight. Jump shot to the QBZ is not gonna do it, and that
Benny
is
का pump last year कुछ अलग ही था।
X out of there in last place. The worst case scenario.
यार
आप आज से 6 महीने पहले या साल भर पहले कभी सोचोगे KRX जैसी टीम 6 मैच में 10 पॉइंट लेगी? मैं तो कभी नहीं सोचूंगा भाई। दोनों टीम की कस्टम मिक्स जर्सी बनाओ सीधा। सारद भाई कैसा है 24 घंटे? यहाँ देखता हूँ क्या कर सकते हैं।
Unfortunate for the squad, not what was expected from a team that tenure-wise has had great success over the years. Feels like survival stage might just be the final
Thank you so much, Mary Jan. Thank you so much, Prajwal bhai. Thank you for $10. Thank you, bhai.
Back in with the next circle.
Thank you, Prajwal bhai. ये बार आओ खेतवाड़ी गणपति बप्पा देखने मजा आएगा। डन आएंगे भाई। Proud moment for our boys.
On the northern edge,
but no order dog top paraboy. Order dog top तो खेल रहे ना bro. Aruna Gaming.
Still a lot of teams.
Order और paraboy नहीं है। Ritesh bhai, thank you for 40.
Over towards the northwest.
Dog और top तो है finals में। They are playing for Aruna Gaming.
This one. Dopeness on the other hand, they're happy to wait. It worked out for the one
Vinny का वो शैक वाला 1v3 याद है 100% भाई.
And they is pretty dang
भाई बोलते हैं ऐसे स्पोर्ट्स प्लेयर का करियर बहुत अच्छे बनता है मसलन में ब्रेक और जेडबली करते हैं
wrapping that
इससे भाई दोनों चीजें बैलेंस करना पड़ेगा अगर स्पोर्ट्स करना चाहते हो छोड़ नहीं सकते आप
Let's see if they are going to end up meeting each other. Cloud now finally being able to get into this next circle.
Yeah, definitely feels like Yangon Galacticos have been casting out a big net here for Alula. They're in the way. They do not want their 180 being exposed as they move in towards Los Leones. Some of the more teams they can take out. So they continue to hunt out this squad. Marnet, as well as Cloud, playing in front right now. Have to get it up. Alula. Smile continues to provide that information back. They're going to have to move.
Like guys, come on, this is stage 3. There's plenty of room.
भाई पैरिस जाने में कितना खर्चा होता है आपका? भाई मैं मैनेज नहीं करूंगा ना ब्रो EWC की तरफ से live from there.
Say, see you later.
So they will
see you later. But Solonic getting a knock onto Geek.
handle the accommodation.
We see that
वो
happening.
travel मेरा stay सब कुछ वो लोग ही करेंगे.
Again, we were talking about teams that were a little bit
I'm not spending any money on my accommodation.
I think it's a really,
I'll only
really
spend money if I go shopping.
For them, you know that
Which I
their
will.
team has to be pumped up going into this one. Those of you guys tracking all the
Looking you since 2019 as a people that have a suggestion that वो caster को
we see some updates from Glitter. I know Glitter is one of those orgs that really needs to have a good performance here. They want to see their team in the finals. I was wondering if maybe they had a little extra pep talk with them and say, guys, we need you to get there. All right, let's make it happen.
Yeah, that added a bit of pressure. That
What
really does help.
waiting for the day an esports tournament is hosted in Wankhede at Narendra Modi Stadium. For now, I guess BGM is the only event that could make it happen.
My peak
Virat bhai, thank you 100.
That's when I'm really pushing myself.
I think for Yangon Galacticos, it's a weird one because they did cast the net, but they essentially just gave the northern rotate to Alula.
भाई अगर वानखेड़े स्टेडियम में या नरेंद्र मोदी स्टेडियम में
Los Leones
गेमिंग का इवेंट हो जाए तो बाप रे बट वो बड़ा होना चाहिए बहुत बड़ा
not the best. We got
वीर भाई, thank you 40. What a news अभी आया ऑफिस से गणपति बप्पा मरे. Thank you दिनेश भाई, thank you.
Hi man.
मैं टीम पे ध्यान दे रहा हूं क्योंकि आज पूरा दिन मैं एक भी मैच में ध्यान नहीं दिया हूं.
They felt the pressure coming as Carrillo.
इंडियन टीम नहीं है ना तो अपन कैसा फुल एकदम रिक्लाइन मार के सुकून में देख रहे हैं.
As Carrillo getting that elimination is going to open things up a little bit. This is position to gatekeep. But Quizal with that knock on the loofah. Time to hop in that vehicle. It's time to get moving. The fight has begun. Ding, ding, ding. Quizal looking to finish it quickly.
and you need to. Quizal, goodness me, has to drop out the vehicle. And we'll just let it roll past him once he gets the first aid kit off, though. Ulf does move over towards the northern side. Wonder how much of this they have heard. Dopeness, again, the waiting strategy did not work out this time around. They had to move, and I'm glad that Alpha 7 did something. I think you have to congratulate them for that fact because it's the big complaint we've had for a long, long time. Finally, they clear out some space for themselves. Great news. Now they can play in towards the south side and hopefully play a little bit further into the south side.
Hey, Alpha 7 crowd, I know you are in here.
So that's what we need to see.
भाई heavy crowd support आ रहे हैं YG के लिए.
Man, oh!
YG के लिए heavy support आया crowd.
Where did he throw that nade from? That was like nestled perfectly in his lap.
Oh, he like heard the click before it popped onto him. Furia, silence, getting an early lemon style.
Yeah, dopeness.
सर्वाइवल देखते कितनी टीम जाएगी 6 टीम जाएगी
Down to 14 teams. 50 players still left alive here. Alpha 7 still taking it a little bit slow. Smoke's going down. They've got Furia down towards their south side. Can certainly play off the back of that.
Come on, Zone, go south. Let's just go crazy here. Full-fledged urban finish. Can you imagine? That would be wild. Furia wouldn't like that.
South तो यार मेरे को city के अंदर तो नहीं लग रहा
does surprise everybody
Central
here.
shift.
As it is just about to pop. Where are we going? Oh.
बाप रे बाप.
Look, outside Yangon Galacticos.
बाप रे बेकार है भाई.
Right?
Yeah.
They're a little lucky. They
बाप
do
रे
get
बाप.
themselves a lovely
Crazy
central
zone.
spot here and one of the good buildings to
Crazy
play in
zone.
as you do heading up towards those really awkward circles where they line up. But
Crazy
now,
zone.
7, we got to get out the building. We got to get in vehicles. We have to move. Fury similarly as well. I know, disgusting. Not fun. Not enjoyable. Jamba, however, tearing Ulf apart.
Crazy zone, bro.
They have lost Eagle and Milu at this point, but Jamba has been a consistent threat inside the lobby. Shame that they moved towards the northern side. I think it was the smart choice. Don't really want to start in an urban area, especially Los Leones.
Yanba को कल 6 मैच में 30 पॉइंट या 25 पॉइंट निकालने दे आर क्वालिफाइड रे.
Mission.
Yanba को 25 पॉइंट निकालना दे आर क्वालिफाइड.
Yangon Galactical smile as she gets a knock on.
किसका चिकन लग रहा boys?
Let's see if he ends up getting the thirst. Yes, we're waiting for that to happen.
6000 का सुपर चैट में. अरे पढ़ा रहे मार्विन भाई का सुपर चैट मैंने. पढ़ लिया गाइस. आप लोग मेरा जो पढ़ने वाला पार्ट मिस कर दिया.
Just again, so shocked that they're even here in the first place. They had a record-breaking rondo, 39 total points, and still weren't able to make it into the finals directly. So now they're here in 7th place. They're right there on that cutoff. Gonna go ahead and get even closer to that 6th place position with that elimination there. Right below the likes of Nongshim Red Force. So easy. Gets a knock onto Obscure from Alpha 7.
A7 का डिनर आया तो A7 के लिए अच्छा है क्योंकि टीम यार ऐसा बाहर होना अच्छा नहीं लगता इतने बड़े स्टेज से.
The Alpha 7 plays up towards the silos, tries to get a bit of high ground to work with, to watch down towards a lot of these other teams. Should be very resible here for Obscure too. They've got RQ underneath them. Nade plays should go well. I mean, Carrillo has full broadside on this, just doesn't want to expose himself to other angles from within the city. That's not a bad position to kind of stepping stone from, potentially. Your Fury coming in from that western side.
Depend करता है पब्लिक अभी अगला शिफ्ट जो होगा ना उस पे बहुत कुछ डिपेंड करेगा.
At distance. This is hard though. You're going to have to stop off right now. A lot of smokes were already invested. Igor's going to need to be res.
हैदराबाद को कबारे कल आके भी चला गया भाई.
Revo's down again.
Can't be getting knocked. Oh, and thirsted by Baton. So the Wolves stealing that elimination. Now Carrillo says, okay, this is the angles I needed. Yeah, this is the util. RQ are just cooked in the spot. This is a really bad position. Fortunately for them, though,
किसी दिन छत्तीसगढ़ में मीटअप करो भाई, मस्ती भाई, ताकि तो 40 करेंगे जरूर.
Forcing Carrillo to not be able to make some plays. He finds an angle though.
और भाई जो मैं बोला था ना पब्लिक आज की मैं अहमदाबाद आ रहा हूँ 13 तारीख को कर्नावती यूनिवर्सिटी में. कैंसिल हो गया भाई क्योंकि पेरिस का आ गया. पेरिस जा रहा हूँ मैं.
Getting popped out of these vehicles. They're getting punished here, but they
Watch
do
party
end up
मिल रही है अपने को
taking out RQ. But is
तीन
Alpha 7
नॉक
getting in there? Yeah, Carrillo steals an elimination.
Yeah, this is exactly what they need. I mean, Carrillo's been doing a good amount of work here, waiting for the rest of his team
मार रहा भाई Carrillo last match.
Revitalize.
Zone shift, centralize दे दिया. बाप रे, centralize दे दिया.
Trying to get him back up on his feet. Realistically, for Alpha 7, they want to slip down towards this location so they can continue to play things out. Sightlines are a bit awkward. Get out the vehicle.
Kill लेने के लिए गए रे लोग. But 1v2 है, अकेले को मारना है.
Oh no, Guizao ends up getting knocked here.
Off angle है, मारो open में मारो यार.
Doing a great job of just continuing on that pressure. Looks like it is a 2v2 situation.
अगर इसने आयला ने यहाँ से मार दिया ना भाई. But revive दे दिया रे. Igor को revive दिया. वहाँ पर revive दे दिया था.
Finished. And the nades are starting to ring
out. पता नहीं था revive दे दिया. Knock कर दिया. Nice name.
Obscure catches the edge of Igor.
Closing in.
With 3 eliminations though. Got to make a play.
Stun grenades out. Ayala, last line of defense here for Furia.
Nice Ray,
Carillo does get himself the nice drive-by.
Good one.
Vehicle is flaming. Very, very low. But Alpha 7 definitely looking a little bit more aggressive here. And Carrillo honestly has stepped up this game. I think Carrillo is the main driving force of this match so far, which is a good thing to say. Been with the team for a long, long time. Everybody knows this guy is a phenomenal player. But it's the first time in a while where we've seen him really take the game into his own hands.
I like how you said.
अबांग भाई मैं इंडिया से PUBG मोबाइल की बात कर रहा था ब्रो मैं PUBG मोबाइल की गेम की बात कर रहा हूं
doing these drive-bys all day. I've never seen them do this so often. Usually they just play. Yeah, they just like, oh, we can do this. You know, all right, I want to start doing this more often. And usually they just end up playing on foot, pushing together, and just being an unstoppable force. But now they're doing these like really cheeky drive-by plays. I don't know if I like it, but it's working for now. They're in 3rd place, and that is all that matters. As long as they make it into that top 6, that's where they need to be. Obscure, getting some shots. Gonna have to dodge those and throwing out that util onto Goat. Not able to get the knock just yet. Carrillo, knowing that, man, this is gonna be a tough one to get in this circle. Everybody's looking the direction. Do they have any vehicles? No. It's gonna be up to Smokes and that M4 to get this circle.
Qualify नहीं हो रही उसकी टीम.
Ow, that hurt.
Open हो लो, मरने वाला.
It was always gonna be difficult. There's so
many
angles, so many sidelines. ठीक है, good game for E7 7 kill लेके getting rid of the outsiders.
Decent point निकाल के गए वो लोग और क्या?
A fair few of these teams trying to
top
make
3 में आ गए यार.
It's not an easy circle. It really isn't to play.
Munda is like 1000 यार means a lot. Thank you so much.
Further and further downwards.
Go to
Let's take a look here, Hot Jukes. E-Arena looking to redeem themselves up towards that top side of the tables in 7th and get themselves some more points on this game. Look a little bit prettier. Furia went down after 7 to get some more points. We are starting to see more and more squads push themselves further up. Now for Ulf, tough push.
Third party किसका आ रहा?
Tough push indeed.
AGL का बहुत दूर से मार रहा.
Ulf finally started to show some signs of life. AGAL, another one of those teams.
Chicken prediction,
really
boys.
Trying to make things happen for their org in this World Cup. Only 1 elimination so far. Ooh, that one hurts. Down to 1 HP. No, actually no, he does have 3 first aids.
Oh, YG का चिकन आ सकता है.
AGAL.
पूरा बैक क्लियर है सामने सारी की सारी टीम. YG का चिकन बोल रहेगा. They need it, bro. They are the champion, man. Last year के champion है उनका खराब जा रहा है. Last year के champion 14th पे रहेंगे तो प्रॉब्लम है. अगर YG चिकन मारती है ना पब्लिक तो सीधा जंप मारेगी टॉप 8 में. सीधा top 8 में आ जाएगी. Top 8, top 7.
We talked about this earlier. This has to be a big game for them. They see the circle shift and they decide that this fight is not worth it. It's going to delay them too much. Can they get further down? Can they snake their way into the circle itself? Tiamba, last player alive here in QZZ. And again, I respect the motion here. Because they know that, yeah, they're on 75 points. It doesn't necessarily guarantee them tomorrow if they have a really horrendous day. So for QZZ, he's going to put all the stock into trying to live out this game as long as possible as a solo. No risk taken.
अहमदाबाद आ जाओ फाफड़ा जल भी खिला दो. अरे माम भाई thank you. मानव भाई thank you for 80.
Might as well. I don't care how many points you have. You play as hard as you can all the way up to the end to guarantee that you extend your stay here.
जो NS का बोल रहे हो ना, NS के पास बहुत क्लस्टर है रे. के जोन में जब क्रॉस करने के लिए उनको बहुत बीटी होगा. सबसे सेफ और सबसे बेस्ट स्पॉट में YG है. बैक क्लियर है उनका पूरा का पूरा.
So humble, so accurate. Throws the nade and gets the
knock. W
That's why.
क्या खेलते भी NS वाले भी.
These fights work.
बहुत अच्छा खेलते हैं.
About to push on in. Wolves is the next target.
जब से यूविन ये टीम में आया भाई अलग ही होगा. Seriously, isn't sending when I mention our 2 Indian teams' name. Please check the guidelines and fix it. Impossible ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता है. तेरे को बात 100.
Roughly around 15 points.
हो ही नहीं सकता ऐसा.
4 top 6. See if they can go further tomorrow. E-Arena, another team that desperately wants to. Seikla from Yangon Galacticos opens up onto 1. Geeke also timing in here. Have to drop those smokes down. Wants players to get closer to them. Los Leones uncomfortable in the center. Honestly, for Yangon Galacticos, if they can get rid of more and more players here, there is a world where they may want to cross the road.
They're going to have to here. We can see them with those P90s. They're making it happen. I don't know who. Yeah,
they got to go.
Oh, they got to go immediately. As you can see, AGAL getting hurt.
I'll check it, bro. Telugu BGMI lover, I'll check it.
As we now have reached the final circle shift here, we are in stage 8. Out
of
it was that we're going to see a Los Leones
here
at the end. But
City के zone में यही होता.
They got what they wished for.
From Wolf, we got 6 points on this game. They do get themselves a little bit further in the lobby here.
You've been to NSR is one of the biggest transfer and best transfer in the history, 100%.
But you're right, we're almost heading in towards stage 9. I was surprised that Yangon Galacticos didn't try and hit the train here. They are slowly moving across because they know E-Arena is weak and they're on the center dot. Like, that's where you want to be, and they've opened things up, but they're being very, very careful right now.
By the way, you go out right now, 1 placement point.
Yeah, and we're almost in the last zone.
8 teams still remaining. None of them can afford to go out right now. You got Wolves there on the southwest side. Those guys need some points, big time. AGAL, Yangon Galacticos, our previous champs. These are the squads that really need them more than anybody else. But you got the likes of GK, Nongshim Red Force, and E-Arena right there. You can see the Wolves getting into some CQC.
लिख तो पा रहे नाम normally but super chat में नहीं रहा. I don't know क्या issue है, मैं देखता हूँ.
Split. GK are still in this match.
ये 7th है और group stage पे 39 kills किए थे. हाँ ना.
It's really going to come down to the last
39 kills नहीं, 39 points निकाले थे. 29 kills किए थे.
So many teams banking on this game. Yangon Galacticos maintaining high ground. I mean, once we got a better lay of the land, kind of understand why they're still playing up there. They have 2 players up front though, so there is a possibility of a daisy chain in the near future.
आखिरी zone public 3 second में.
Needing
ninth zone बनेगा.
Back at this game, running on 20.
This is Orangutan and Godlike
now. Nongshim Red Force.
लिख तो पा रहे.
Getting the parkour done, somersaulting through that smoke into a better position. So easy, gets caught on the back lines.
YG पे बहुत अच्छी positioning है रे.
Necessary.
जगह देखो ना YG की.
What a nasty spot.
पर से सबको देख पाएंगे.
See if Nongshim Red Force can weather it.
Smile zone से रहो.
Oh, these guys need to hire a new roofer, man. This is so tough. This hole in the roof is being so
आजू-बाजू से वुल्फ वाले भी खतरनाक नेट डाले.
For the side of Nongshim Red Force. And here we go. We are in stage 9 here, folks. The zone is about to close to the center of the map as Baton and the Wolves trying to keep their tournament hopes alive here. The NA squad up close and personal with Nongshim Red Force. Trying to get these confirmations, but Baton very hesitant here.
Good smoke.
Throwing down some more smokes.
Crucial smoke.
Waiting for his squad to get back up before he pushes. Doesn't want to push on his own, but that is allowing Nongshim Red Force to get a reset.
Ooh, Say Cloud bounces off the stairs. Could have been a freebie. Instead, it's costly. Down now. Nongshim Red Force have to make a big maneuver. The Baton has got him locked in the corner. Will just send in to get the finish off the back of that one. Yangon Galacticos still using this high ground to their advantage. AGAL in an awkward position on that north side. That's Slonic. He went up high from behind.
This is a Wolf का बंदा चढ़ गया.
An area to play off the back of.
YG single up.
Climbing up those stairs so
अकेला बचा revive देना
as well, trying to find that precious high ground.
Bro,
those plays, but here comes the blue zone. This is an unrelenting circle. It's going down to the center. Now it's time to make the plays. No choice. Bust out those shotguns.
रोमियो अकेला बचा ऊपर से चढ़ के वुल्फ वाले बंदे ने पूरा गेम खराब कर दिया YG का.
TBS in hand, and you got Elementrix stuck with the AUG, trying to make a play for his team.
AGL निकाल गई क्या?
On the outside,
Wolf का solo chicken मार रहा क्या? ऊपर चढ़े हुआ बंदा.
KRX also KRX went down in 16, but now AGL looking for the first. Maple finds another. E-Arena slowly falling, and now AGL with 3 players still up. Yangon Galacticos with the 1, Wolves with 2.
Good nade.
All these teams very important right now. They get further up in the rankings. Who will be able to finish this off? Wolves with the high ground. AGL
1v4.
Flower
2v3
from the desert floor.
2v3.
Finding the angles, but he gets caught. Flower Age takes away that high ground position. And it's AGAL clutching up the final chicken dinner here at the day 1 final stage.
And they needed that game so badly. Down from the desert floor.
Damn, bro.
Finding the
2 DBS पड़ी. ठीक है. 2 DBS पड़ी. 2 DBS एक साथ पड़ी. बोला 1 DBS की इतनी रेंज में कैसा मारा? मेपल की भी DBS पड़ी उसको.
Any flower blooming from the desert floor.
मेपल भी मारा, फ्लावर्स भी मारे. दोनों की डीपीएस पड़ी, सेकंड एडिशन फ्लावर। हाँ बोला एक शॉट ऊपर कैसा नहीं पर गया भाईगन। एचपी अच्छी खासी थी, बूस्टेड भी था, एवरेज भी थी, 2 शॉट पड़े। डैम बट क्रेजी ब्रो, क्या मारा। कोई में नहीं लिखने दे रहा है कभी ऑनलाइन कॉल। आई डोंट नो क्या इशू है नाचू भाई, मैं चेक करता हूं इस स्ट्रीम के बाद। थैंक यू द 100। क्रेजी ब्रो
is coming down, I can guarantee it.
I'll tell you, all you guys watch.
डैम इनसेन बॉयज। पॉइंट्स टेबल बहुत इनसेन हो गया। टियानबा एक अच्छी खासी लीड के साथ है। टियानबा को कल 20 पॉइंट चाहिए एंड दे विल बी एबल टू क्वालिफाई फॉर द टॉप 6। बट बाकी जो भी सेकंड से लेके जो भी टीम्स है ना, सबको कल कंसिस्टेंट खेलना क्योंकि पॉइंट्स टेबल बहुत टफ है। आओ इनके कॉम सुनते हैं।
I mean, good stuff. Honestly, very, very good stuff. Shot from Flower.
दिया रे पब्लिक, खतरनाक दिया रे। चलो भाइयों, मैं ज्यादा लंबा नहीं खींचूंगा क्योंकि मेरे को पेरिस की प्रिपरेशन करना है। 49,000 पीपल आर वाचिंग, तभी लोग देख रहे हैं। मेक श्योर लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब। जो भी सुपर चैट का हो रहा है, मैं स्ट्रीम के बाद मैं अपने YouTube स्टूडियो में जाके चेक करता हूँ क्या इशू हुआ है एंड क्या मेरे को पेरिस की न्यूज मिली। पहले के 2 मैच मस्त एंजॉय किया, देखा सीखा। उसके बाद मैं नहीं कर पाया था यार, क्योंकि पूरा पेरिस के उसमें हूँ मैं भी। मेरे को 24 घंटे पैकिंग करना है, शूट करना है और फिर मेरे को निकलना है। बहुत सारा प्रेप है। तो कल भी मेरे को वॉच पार्टी करना है, तो कल के 6 घंटे उसमें निकल जाएंगे। तो बाकी चीजें मेरे को पूरा मैनेज करते करना है। तो थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वॉचिंग, लव यू ऑल, टेक केयर, आई विल टेक अ लीव। फीडबैक देते जाना। आज की वॉच पार्टी को उतना माइंड मत करना, कल एकदम वापस अच्छे से करेंगे। और थैंक यू सो मच, लव यू ऑल। पेरिस जा रहा है तुम्हारा भाई। PUBG मोबाइल EWC वर्ल्ड कप की वॉच पार्टी लाइव फ्रॉम द स्टेज करेंगे, मतलब अरीना से करेंगे वॉच पार्टी। मजा आने वाला, सुपर फन। आई स्टिल कैन प्रोसेस इट, इट्स अ बिग फॉर IGC। आप सबके प्यार की वजह से, आप सबके सपोर्ट की वजह से इतना पॉसिबल हुआ।